Alright, cool. That's working. Okay. Hello, everyone. Uh, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Really Civil Rights. My name is Bob. Today, we are going to be playing Vampire Survivors. Specifically, we're going to be playing the Ode to Castlevania DLC. So this category is like kind of arbitrary. So just as an explanation, I have here on this save file, I have completely 100% completed the base game. But I have not touched any of the DLC, and we are going to completely unlock everything in the DLC. Hopefully, we manage to do this within 4 hours. It's actually kind of... I have done like one run of this, and that was yesterday, and it was just over 24 hours. It was just over 4 hours, so we'll see how it goes. Let's see, what else? You'll notice I have a lot of items sealed. This means they won't be showing up in the level up pool. I'll be going in here quite often to sort of mess around with this because it is very, very important for the... it's very useful to be able to sort of manipulate what we'll be getting from our level up options. And with that, I think we're about ready to get started. Time starts when I enter the first stage, or enter the stage for the first time. So hopefully timer starting. Alright. Real quick, I have the music up really freaking loud. Let me just turn that down. So a couple of things. We're playing Queen Sigma. She's kind of like the final character of the... know what I need. That's why that's really... Okay. Yeah, so Queen Sigma is sort of like the final character of the base game. We're going to use her to basically just completely finish the stage. So that we can access hyper mode, which makes the symbol of the journalist has the best quality of life of them all, no doubt. Yep, definitely for sure. So yeah, we want to do a few things with Queen Sigma. First of all, we want to pick up a few weapons and evolve them. We also want to make it through to 25 minutes. And on top of that, we also want to kill a certain number of bosses, which we will see shortly after a certain few specific bosses. One of the things you might notice is the timer at the top of the screen is going up a lot faster than 1 second per second. That is because of two things. First of all, we have hurry mode turned on. This just makes the timer go up twice as fast. Which is good because we want the timer to go up fast because we are speedrunning. The second thing is, in a recent update, they introduced an item, chicken with a clock in the middle. What that does, it allows us to speed up the game. So not just the timer, but everything in the game will be twice as fast. And you can see up in the top right corner here, we have these arrows. So if I sort of go through that, the game will speed up and down. Yeah, so even though we are wanting to reach 25 minutes, we're actually going at 4 times as long, so this should only take about 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. But one of the very interesting things that we can do, because of just the way this game is programmed, is if we get enough movement speed, we should just be able to through walls. Just like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put up this coffin. This unlocks our first Ode to Castlevania character. But we're not quite done. Next, we want to head over in this direction. Oh, hang on. Yes. Apologies in advance for the bitrate. This game is known bitrate killer. This is the first boss we want to kill. The bat, not the eyeball thing. But I do have as many of the bitrate saving options as possible turned off, which is to say I've turned damage numbers off, and I've also turned enemies flashing. I don't know. Enemies flashing when they take damage, but this bat thing has dropped this, which opens up the next section of the castle, which is good because we want to get very quickly to the next boss. Which, fortunately, there's really inaccessible whether we gotta walk around here. One other thing that I mentioned, but I have random level up turned on. That basically means that instead of sending me through the dialogue menu to pick my level up options, it just does it automatically and it picks randomly, and that saves just like a really stupid amount of time, because you know, this game is essentially just a bunch of auto-scroll. Don't need that. Essentially just a bunch of auto-scrollers, so we want to... But the timer doesn't increase while we're in a menu, so we need to... we desperately want to cut down on time spent in menus, and as it turns out, the fastest way to do that is to just get rid of them altogether. So that is the third gate that we're going to open. There is... if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I'm kind of trying to explain like 7 different things at once here, but we have a lot of time, so... feel free. This boss drops the Ice Fang, which is another spell that we want to. So the reason why we're doing this is because as part of... we want to fully evolve 4 of the spellbooks, and 3 of them are obtainable just from killing bosses. And there's not really any other time where it's grab them. If we kill this guy here, he'll drop the 3rd spell, which is Gale Force. Gale Force. Almost at 25 minutes here, so we want to kill the 25-minute boss. Christ, that is... we want to kill the 25-minute boss, and we also want to kill one more boss, which is Abaddon over here. See, the bit rate is really... Alright, Abaddon. So now that we've killed those bosses, we have completely opened up the castle, which will make just things a lot easier for all of the other characters that we need. So, there's not really a whole lot going on now, we're just kind of waiting 25 minutes. Sure. There he is. Yeah, and he's dead, and we are out. Alright, so now we actually need to do things. So we are going to play Leon Belmont, and we're going to go straight into Castlevania. Actually, that right. So our one and only task with Leon Belmont, we want to reach 6. We want to kill Medusa, who one of the bosses that we skipped over. So Ode to Castlevania is, as the name implies, an ode to the Castlevania games, which is very heavy inspiration for Vampire Survivors. And I've never actually played a Castlevania game, but my understanding is they are very, very, very thorough with their with this one. But yeah, basically every character who's like ever been playable in any in any Castlevania game is also playable in this. But yeah, this is Medusa. We're going to kill her and reach 6 minutes. Should be about ready, about good. So we might also, and we could have also tried to appear, but don't need to. Alright, 6 minutes and we're out. Next is we're going to play Trevor. Locked. Gonna hyper mode on. Hyper mode is the mode that we unlocked for beating that boss in 5 minutes. They actually finally add a vampire character or boss to Vampire Survivors. You'll see. In about an hour or so. But yes, I have the music turned up because just the music in this game is so good, and like all of the tracks in Ode to Castlevania are from Castlevania, and they're just so good. But yeah, the sort of initial stage of this run is we're going to be working our way through the sort of Belmont family, completing certain tasks to unlock the next person, the next Belmont associates. This isn't bad. I might die here. That's really, really awful. Well, I think we'll be. So, our task here is to survive until... Actually, I'm actually straight up not gonna survive here. This is... good. 5 left, 1. Okay, I think actually going to restart and level up off. Actually, alright. And that didn't happen. get to listen to the start of this track again. Alright, I guess I'll explain what Arcanas are. So, you might have noticed me picking sort of cards at the start of the run. Those are Arcanas. They sort of power up our character in certain ways. We sort of get them periodically from purple chests at the throughout the run. But the ones that I've been specifically using, the flip side of the card of the Arcanas, which are just all absurdly powerful. One that I've been picking specifically is Crystal Cries. What that does is when we kill an enemy that is frozen, it drops an item that increases our experience growth, our HP, and our HP regen. And then additionally, if we fall below 30% health, it will instantly freeze every enemy on the screen. And that ability recharges every time we reach full health again. So, it's quite handy. It basically, if we can effectively get our HP refills, then we can basically just guarantee that we never ever die. Which will be very helpful because we're kind of rushing through this at a rate that we're not really equipped to be doing. So the boss that we want to kill is just through here, but we also need to survive until 10 minutes anyway, so we're just going to wait until 10 minutes to go in there. The timer stops while we're fighting this boss. And we enter side-scrolling 2D mode while we fight the Doppelganger. Doppelganger, pretty simple boss, we just need to hit him a bunch. Starts, for whatever reason during this fight, we start restricted to our starting weapon for the initial phase of the fight, and then that'll sort of slowly will unlock more weapons. You can see now we've got our second weapon there. Doppelganger himself is just going to be... and he's dead. Pick up the chest that he drops. Alright, cool, and we are out! Next up, we're going to play Alucard, and we are not going to be playing him on the Ode to Castlevania stage. We are going to violently abuse Boss Rush map. So this is part of the core game, because what we need to do is we need to evolve Alucard's weapon. Fastest way to do that is to do it on this map. And we're going to be spending a lot of time on this map during this, because this is basically the map that gives us the most chests, which we need to evolve weapons. And also, it's the only map where we can make time go even faster than it already is. So you see I just stepped on like a button there. That button appears 30 seconds through every minute, and what it does is it instantly skips time ahead to the next minute, which we will be seeing very shortly. So we just evolved the weapon. Now we need to... Christopher. Belmont of made an appearance in GDQ recently. But so you can see the Arcana that I picked up here was Game Killer. This has a couple of interesting effects. Firstly, it makes it so that we can no longer gain experience, but in return, whenever we pick up a chest, it is guaranteed to have at least 3 items in, which is very helpful. When we only have 1 item, that guarantees that we can level up the item that we have at least 3 times. And then the second thing it does is when we pick up an experience gem, instead of gaining experience, because we can't gain experience, it now turns into a projectile that launches at nearby enemies. That is very handy. Alright, so that's that evolved, but we also need to survive until 14 minutes. This is not something that we strictly need to do for the sort of standard progression. If we're doing quote-unquote any % of this DLC, which doesn't exist because categories for this game don't exist. But we will need to be doing it because it is part of the requirement of this category that I made up. But yeah, so the buttons that we've been stepping on, they unfortunately stop appearing after 10 minutes. A bit sad, but doesn't really matter. The Arcana that I just picked up, the other 2 Arcana that I picked up so far are Mad Grove, which every 2 minutes it attracts every stage item, every item on the stage towards me, which is quite handy. It means we don't have to go and grab stuff. And specifically on this stage, there's a bunch of stage items that exist sort of off the edges of the stage, and you can only get them with this Arcana. And the second one is called Silent Lord Sanctuary. It basically just gives us a bunch of stats for having fewer than 6 weapons. So we only have 1 weapon, so we can see our attacks are just going like crazy fast. Check our cooldown, we have like 85% cooldown reduction or something. And that is Christopher. Now we're going to play Simon, and we're going to do the same thing. Actually, hang on. A2. Yeah, spending more time on the stage, and we're not done. But we still get to hear the sick Castlevania music, so you know what, it's fine. So, typically, Castlevania speedrun. Yeah, this is just from the start of the DLC. So I was starting with a save file that had basically the entire base game fully completed. I also have like 100 million gold on it, so that we don't have to spend any time farming for gold. Yeah. Yeah, one thing I should note is all the enemies on the stage are dying a lot faster than they probably should. That is because all the bosses here have this sort of attribute called HP times level, which means that their HP increases with your level. But because we took Game Killer, we're still level 1, which means everything is extremely easy to kill. Except for these guys. We need to last for 12 minutes. It's just over the thing I wanted. Whatever. We need to last for 12 minutes here. Don't actually need to kill this thing. Alright, and that is Simon done. And that unlocks who we will not be playing quite yet. We are instead going to play Julius. Can I not Julius? Oh my god. That's embarrassing. Fine. That is incredibly embarrassing. Ender is immediate damage for fortunate, but we do just have to kind of deal with run around him for a bit. Random level up, okay. The important thing about Queen Sigma is she just gets like an absurd amount of she gets a bunch of Darkanas for free. She gets one at level 1, at level 2, and also at level 3, and then she gets more at like level 77. Right. Very embarrassing that I forgot to grab that. It's fine, it didn't take too long. Alright, Julius Belmont. Beat Gurgoth. So we also need to survive for 20 minutes with Julius, but we are probably going to do that later because all we need to do at the moment is just kill this boss and then faster. The way it works out is if we can kill the boss that we need to kill before 7.5 minutes, then it's faster to just do the 20-minute run later on the boss rush, because that's how much time we save by going to boss rush and using the skips. So Julius Belmont coffee faster. But if it takes us longer than 7.5 minutes to kill this thing, then that took us about seconds. So yep. If it takes us longer than 7.5 minutes, then it's better to just stay on this map. Timer. Come on. 12-hand grenade. Okay. Yes. Yep, okay. So, we need to survive for... No, we actually just need to evolve our weapon here. And also, we want to defeat boss Abaddon, which hopefully will not be too hard. Soma's starting weapon here, the hand grenade, is kind of not a great starting weapon. Primarily because it kind of just attacks really slowly. And because we are relying on random level ups to take us through this, this is a very high chance that we just kind of get screwed over here. But I think this is... so we're just going to hang around here for a bit so that we can get our levels up. Hopefully we should be relatively close to... No, it might actually be better down this and then just grab it on later, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I kind of don't really have like a route for most of this run. I was originally there was like an 8-hour gap in the schedule here, so I was going to volunteer base game 100%, but that fortunately they filled in the gap a little bit, so I only was confirmed to be running this about 2 or 3 days ago, and like the 4-hour estimate was more or less a total guess based on prior experience. The category, like I said, just sort of doesn't exist, I think. But we still need to evolve the weapon. If weapon evolution is actually the main point. This. Okay. Back here. Okay. So we can only evolve weapons with certain chests. So regular brown chests won't evolve weapons, and bosses in the first 10 minutes-ish of the run of any given attempt, run, stage, not only drop brown chests. So that was Soma. All right, Jonathan. Rush. I think. Typically, this werewolf is like the only enemy, the only boss on its like entire stage that, other than I think some of the ones that doesn't have this this HP times level attribute. So it is kind of just like a menace for like the first 5-ish minutes of the run, because first 5-ish stage, because it if we touch it, we will just die very quickly, which is something. And it is something that becomes kind of a... thankfully, it is not immune to instant kill effects, which makes... So right there, I grabbed a... so I actually don't need anything else with the character. Alright, sick. Alright, next up, Eric Lacard, who we spear with. Glad I wrote this down because I'm forgetting which what weapon evolution I need, and it would be very embarrassing to have to look that up in the middle. Charlotte. Oh yeah, Eric has a special property where when he falls below 30% health, well, he falls into critical health range, which is specific health threshold. He goes invincible for a bit, which is nice, because I kind of was not paying attention and died there. And like with all the critical health things, charge when you hit reach full health. But I don't, man, that is... Alright, that's that done. Next up... Ah yes, okay, so we... of the spells. Thankfully we evolved 3 of them already in our initial run. Did. Alright, that is quite interesting. I'm going to... It happened to me that I have not done by the time I reach time, because there we go. Guess we do that again. There we go, okay. Quite odd that I hadn't unlocked that yet, but... Okay, Charlotte. Back to boss rush. Yeah, all the Emerald Diorama characters have them as well. But yeah, there's quite a few sort of mechanics in this game that will trigger when you blow a certain amount of health. I think some of the legacy of the spell characters have that as well. But yeah, it's the health threshold is named 30% health. So there's sort of a lot of synergy you can get if you stack a lot of those together. Thing. Oh, fuck! I skipped over it. Okay, I think we're just going to... Just gonna grab the next chest. God damn it. But yeah, I did a practice run of this last night, and it went just over 4 hours, but that was with a small amount of dying. That was with a small amount of pausing to take note. Oh my god, what the shit, man. Okay. This is going great. I don't know what you're talking about. The totally fine and normal thing to be happening. So yeah, my practice run was like just over 4 hours. So we're probably gonna go over estimate, especially if current circumstances continue. But you know what? It'll be fine. It is a good time. Run goes longer, that just means we get to listen to the soundtrack for more longer. Need one more chest, which should be... Alright. So now that we've evolved all of the those 4 spell books, any amount of runs, we have on 2 as the iron. That is to do this. Evolve that. Almost to be done. And when I say done, I mean done with the sort of initial phase of the I don't think it. Why is this thing? There we go. Okay. That groove. Right. Off the ball. Spit out. And because we evolved both the ball and the sphere, that unlocks Chinoa. Now we need to finish a map with both of these characters. Again, Boss Rush is by far the fastest map to do anything in, because it's the only map where we can make time go fast. So typically finishing this map would take 15 minutes, because they're skipping half of the first 10 minutes. It actually only takes 10 minutes. And because we're on 4 times game speed, it actually only takes 2.5 minutes. Which is pretty good. I don't actually need any specific weapon here, but because I'm going to trying to beat out the stage, they're just gonna grab the stuff that makes that easier. Wait, I died? I thought I had I thought I had another to revive. Not going great. So yeah, we need to go again because we actually need to complete the stage. And although I have endless mode on, so like nothing happens when we reach the time limit. Just reaching the 15-minute mark counts as finishing the stage. Yeah, should hopefully. Yeah, Tirajusu that I picked up just there is, he gives us extra revives. I should have picked up before. Alright. Oh, well, those are dead. We just need to sit here until the 15-minute mark. Alright. Now, so, we cleared the stage with Shinoa, now we gotta clear stage with Julius. Mr. Belmont. But we also, additionally, we make it to 16 minutes with you. Very different unlock. So, we're going to be going a tiny bit beyond the 15-minute mark. Assuming I remember, because I forget to do that a lot. Long-time viewers of the channel might remember that I did a Survivor's base game 100% at Really Real 8 last December, and then if they were watching over Christmas, they might also remember that I did 100% of all the DLC over Christmas. That took about 14 hours for just the DLC, but since then, 8 of those 14 hours were just this DLC. since then, they did introduce the checkpoint with the clock in the middle, which theoretically cuts the time it takes to do anything in this game in half. So that's where the 4-hour estimate comes from. This. There's also been another DLC added. So if I were to do DLC 100% again, it would probably be about 8 hours. Maybe a bit more. But I also didn't have a route for this back then, and I have a slightly better route now, but I still don't really have a route. I have vibes of a route, I have concepts of a plan. But the first hour or so of this run, which we're coming to a close on very shortly, is more or less set in stone. Assuming I don't frickin' die all the time. Again, we need to make it to 16 minutes. So now, even though we have cleared the stage now, we are just going to hang out. Go. Alright, that unlocks Maria. With Maria, we want her weapon, and then that finally gets us to Richter Belmont. And Richter is the character with whom we will be quote-unquote finishing C. If this DLC had an any percent category, that is where the game would end, but for those who know, there's a lot more to that. Right. Richter Belmont. Road to Castlevania. So, here's the plan with Richter Belmont. We are going to make a mad dash over to the boss and ignore everything else up until. But first of all, we're going to turn the sound effects up because it is vitally important that everyone hears this.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
Richter, that's enough! How many times do we have to do this? You and your family of vandals always pop out of nowhere, break my walls and my candles, kill all the demons I keep safely within these four walls, and won't even let me drink a glass of wine in peace. But this time is different. Let me show you how, in fact, I do belong in this world. May I please get a hand? Thank you, Richter Belmont. But the vampire is in another coffin. I'm joining the vampire survivors.
What is this travesty? Dracula is supposed to bring death to the world, not join a demented crusade for fun! I, Death, will not allow for this mockery. I'll erase this world myself!
Yep. So, we still do not get to fight a vampire, but yes, I also love that cutscene. It's so good. But yeah, so now we're fighting death. We actually cannot avoid these first few attacks. He just stole all our weapons, all two of them. So now we're left with just like basic whip. Then kills us, but thankfully our boy the director has our back. For those who have not played Vampire Survivors, the director is like, I don't know, the physical embodiment of the game or something. I don't really understand exactly the lore, but so now the director and Death are duking it out, and it's not going super well. So now we can't move, like, do anything. Thankfully, we just picked up the aspects of Sea Wings, which allows us to move the character. Which is nice, but, still can't do anything. We're gonna pick up... allows us to have a health bar. Which, I mean, I guess is cool. Having HP is always nice. Actually dodge attacks now, which is handy. Oh, meta, yeah, this game gets very meta. Allows XP gems and items to materialize. Can't kill the boss without levels. But these don't actually do anything because only now can we allow XP to accumulate and trigger level ups. Yes. We still have random level up on, so we're just getting random weapons. It allows you to accumulate gold in kills. Use it responsibly. Fragment of the director, the beginning of everything.
As you can see, this is a black disk. Cut number 1 contains computer data, so please don't play it. But you probably won't listen to me anyway, will you?
Now all of our friends show up. Good. Everyone is here. Everyone is here. That is... we have... not just all the playable characters from the DLC, but you'll see in just a second. There's an ad break. God damn it. But... I forgot to skip. But it's fine, we should still not miss the, horrible ad timing, yeah. You can see all the characters, for those who aren't in an ad break, you can see the, we're starting to get characters from base, Vampire Survivors now. other DLCs enable, they'll show up here too. I never noticed that, but maybe that is. Not quite sure what the delay is between here, but hopefully you'll be back in time for this part here. I think you should be back by now. Fortunately, we got some Twitch ads there, but basically all the other Vampire Survivors characters showed up. It was epic. We killed Death. It was awesome, and now we've got the credits. And you might be wondering, hey, isn't this a 4-hour run? How are you done? Like, we even went through most of the characters. But you'll see. Oh god, that actually gives me chills every time I play this. I love this DLC so much. I've never even played a Castlevania game before, and I absolutely love this DLC so much. Actually get chills. When I first got to this part, when I was playing this casually, it was like 2 AM, and I'm like, yes, I'm finally freaking done with the series, with the DLC. And then it's just, no, there's like 3 times as much. So yeah, we are now in Act 2. As you can see, the map has expanded greatly. There is this huge chunk to the south. And we're going to play Dracula. We put random level up on again because actually probably there's a good chance that this doesn't go super duper well. But hopefully we should be fine. There's a chance that I just die and I'll have to try again without random level ups on. Kind of just have a lot of stuff. There's a lot of room for this to just go super badly. But I think it's looking great. Maybe not. But yeah, so now we're going to slowly work our way through a new area that's opened up. Yeah, Dracula can usually handle it. It's kind of, yeah, it's a bit. I say this because, oh fuck, I forgot to. Damn it. Yeah, because when I was doing this in practice, Dracula did not handle it, and it was Actually, you know what? I'm actually just gonna do this without random level ups. Yeah, I think the main thing is that random level ups just is inherently just a bad way to play the game. Because specifically, what does I? Yeah, because the most effective way to level up your weapons in this game is to just focus on maxing out 1 or 2 levels as quickly as possible. But random level up is just, on average, will not do that. But yeah, see, this is already just going a lot better because I actually had some input into how the thing go. But it does, again, lose us a bunch of time just because we have to take the time to pick our weapons. I think. But it's fine because Dracula is one of the 5 characters who we need to do sort of complete full runs with. Well, not necessarily complete full runs with, but we have a requirement to get 100,000 kills with Dracula. You can see we're on 4,000 kills at the moment. So this is going to take a while. Crimson Shroud, yes. Crimson Shroud and Infinite Corridor are the 2 sort of items that require late game items. They evolve with the rings and the arrows. More bosses to kill. Get another gate unlocked by killing this guy. Also a coffin here that I forgot to get last time I did this, so I will try and remember to do that. Oh no! You can see here in my weapons, normally I can only have 6 weapons, but I actually have 7 because I had capped them up and then picked up a new item. That's sort of a mechanic in this game, and I'm trying to do that with this thing here. You know what, fine, we'll take it. Well, I forgot to grab the thing that... Bro. Guys. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so our plan with Dracula is we're essentially just going to go around and kill all of the bosses that we have not yet killed. everything in the new area. That'll unlock sort of the third set of sort of new content, which is mostly going to be a bunch of secrets. Secrets are just unlocks where they don't tell you the requirements. That's really all they are. See pixels? Yeah. You weren't using that bitrate anyway, it's fine. Alright, so we're actually going to pick up this Darkana here, which is Hidden Anathema, which is like low-key insanely busted. It's new from as of the most recent update. What it does is every time we pick up a food item, it permanently increases our stats, and the increase is completely uncapped. So we can just get an absurd amount of stats by picking up food items. It does sort of take a bit to ramp up, but once we get it going, we will just be flying all over the place. You won't be able to see anything. The screen will be this mess of like particle effects. You know, more so than it is already. Oh, yeah. I need movement speed. We're on 20,000 kills 20 minutes into the map, so we are quite a long ways away from the 100,000 that we need. That guy that we just killed dropped a new spellbook. We actually need that for some secrets. Yeah, this game is just like fundamentally unstreamable because of the bitrate issues, but using golden eggs, yes, it is very funny when you just get like a million golden eggs and like push the game to its absolute limit. Alright, this is the first boss we're gonna kill, like, Jin or something, I can't remember. I'll actually turn on damage numbers. See, this boss has like 8 separate hitboxes, but they don't have separate health bars. There's the parts of the boss will sort of slowly fall apart based entirely off total damage dealt to it, so the fact that we're focusing on one particular section doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, the old engine was honestly, it was very easy to just reduce the game to like single-digit frames per second, but the new engine holds up insanely well compared to how the old one. It is actually ridiculous. Yeah. Slightly closer over here. Sammy the Caterpillar? Yeah, Sammy is the Caterpillar from the Tides of the Foscari DLC. It's actually really important to kill this boss early in, well, relatively early in this run, because once the insane particle effects get going, it can be extremely difficult to figure out how to leave this room. Because you kind of got to platform your way up here without being able to see the platforms, and also with like no well, actually I say that, but you can't actually just leave out this way, which I didn't know the first few times I tried to beat this thing. Mad Groove. Alright, so we now suddenly have like 8 million stats because we just picked up like everything there is to pick up. Wings, Stone Mask. Fine, we'll take that, we'll take that. On. Take sure. I'm gonna pick up everything. The old one would only utilize one. Let's see. Wait. Here you go. Alright, so now we have just like insane movement speed. We can run across the map in about 4 seconds. Partly because when we took Mad Grove, that dropped a bunch of that sucked a bunch of the yes, Dracula is now in his final form. That's also a thing. Wait. Alright, I need to kill where are you? This guy. So I've actually stopped using WSD to move, and I'm using touchscreen controls now. Just because it gives me finer control over it, which is a lot. It makes it a lot easier to actually pick stuff up than with WSD. All right, so. Hang on. Actually, another boss I wanted to kill. Yeah, so wars are essentially just meaningless to us now. They straight up just do not exist. Also, I'm getting like 80 level ups here. Alright, also it is very hang on, apparently I already triggered the boss thing. Sure, why not? Alright, yeah, wars are essentially just meaningless to us. They don't exist. So now we want to rush all the way back over to the opposite corner of the castle, where this guy is. This guy will not last very long. We have just absurd stats, absurd damage. Yep, and he's dead. And this guy drops this item called the Pile of Secrets, and this unlocks the 38 secrets, it is, and thankfully it also lets us start actually doing the secrets during this run. It's handy because the 100,000 kills thing is one of those secrets. Another one that I got just for standing on the water there while having the evolved wind boost thing. One of them. And then there's also another secret for killing this boss here while having the evolved Hex. And then there is also one more secret that we can do, which... Oh, we can't do it here because the boss hasn't spawned it. So there's a boss that we also need to kill with the Evolved Hex that would be here, but because we haven't started a new run with the secrets, yeah, unfortunately can't do it. So we are... Let's see, 30... that? Yeah. We're done. Right. So, that was a lot of stuff, but we now we're actually going to lock just about everything because we have one more run that we want to do. We're going to play Richter next. We have a requirement to survive for at least 18 minutes with Richter, so we're going to be doing that. The Clover. Alright. Yeah, we have endless mode on. We will not be taking it off basically the entire run. No real reason for us to turn it off. I got to turn random on. It's on that. It's random level up on. Okay, so at the moment we only have like 2 items available to us. Theoretically, unless I miss some, those are the Platinum Whip and the Victory Sword. See, I've got that there. But we are actually going to pick up 4 more items, which just spawn on the stage here. These start spawning after I think we beat the first boss, first of the new bosses when we unlocked that gate. But yeah, we're going to pick up these. These are some of the more sort of absurd looking weapons. I would like to not be fighting these. Birds are like absurdly tanky and do a lot of damage, so we really don't want to be fighting them if we can avoid it. It's different. I don't want to step on that because I don't want to deal with that boss. Not looking great, I'm getting real here. It'll be fine if I can make it back up to the top of the clock tower. Yeah, the clock tower is... the clock tower item, the weapon, is very much... Now, do I have any revives left? I do not. Okay, this might not be good. Okay, I think this is fine. Yeah, the clock tower item is really not worth getting in basically any situation. We specifically need it here because we need to evolve it for the unlock, both for the unlock and for the secret, 2 secrets actually. secret for just uniting the four pieces. Another secret for entering the death encounter with entering the death encounter with the clock tower. So we have to play Richter for this anyway. And since we have an unlock to last for 18 minutes with Richter, we're hoping to get this done just before 18 minutes. Which, easier said than done. Why do I have Black Heart? Well... Alright, so that's the Evolved Platinum Whip. There's also another thing we needed to do. Should be relatively close to evolving the clock tower here. There we go. Now we just gotta survive. I do not want any of these, but I guess I'll take... Might as well grab something because it takes time to scroll down to the bottom to click skip. Oh, we've got ads incoming. It's fine, there's nothing particularly interesting happening in the next like 5 minutes. Right, 18 minutes. Get to watch this cutscene again, but we will not be going through the entire encounter because we don't need to.
Richter, that's enough! How many times do we have to do this? You and your family of vandals always pop out of nowhere, break my walls and my candles, kill all the demons I keep safely within these 4 walls, and won't even let me drink a glass of wine in peace. But this time it's different. Let me show you how, in fact, I do belong in this world. May I please get a hand? Thank you, Richter Belmont. But the vampire is in another coffin. I'm joining the Vampire Survivors!
What is this travesty? Dracula is supposed to bring death to the world, not join a demented crusade for fun! I, Death, will not allow for this mockery. I'll erase this world myself!
Alright, and then we just quit out because we don't need to do anything. Okay, so now is where we get to the point where I don't really have like a solid plan for me. So we're just kind of... The general idea is we have 4 more characters that we need to do full 100 full runs with in the on the stage. So we're going to try and get as many random sort of things done during those runs as possible, and everything else we need to do is just unlocking the stuff that we need to get those done, to make those doable. Oh my god, I have the thing locked. So we're going to start with Sonia Belmont. We need to, there's an unlock to play her for 8 minutes and another one for evolving the Sonic Whip. But yeah, so the general gist of what's going to be happening is we'll unlock a bunch of stuff and then we'll use all of that stuff in a run. And then we unlock a bunch more stuff. And then right at the end we'll probably just do do a bunch of one-offs with a bunch of characters because we need to do some secrets. Oh, that's 8 minutes. Okay. Now, what else do we do? We need that. Okay, we're going to... Of the Tiffing, which is Reinhardt's weapon. We unlocked Reinhardt earlier from that coffin in the sewers, whatever the area is. So we're going to evolve his weapon. Yeah, Tiffing evolves with the spinach. And then once we're doing that, we're also going to do another run, because we need to do a certain amount of damage with the Tiffing, which is much easier to do on a separate stage to this one. Spinach. Alright, it's that. So we need to do, I think it's 20? Yeah, 20,000 damage. So we're going to go over to Bat Country, my personal favorite stage. We're going to do 20,000 damage. I think a good rule of thumb for these is... I'm gonna kill about 1/10 as many enemies as the damage we do. Damage number's 10. That's usually a good sort of rule of thumb. Hopefully it's fine because okay, well we're just gonna hope that that was enough. It was okay, sick. Let's see. First, need to do damage with Hector. Boss rush again. So the weapon that we're working on now, these are part of the magical weapon lines. So most of the unlocks for these work. Sort of the why is this locked? Action. All right, and so the unlocks for these mostly all work sort of in the same way. So there's one for unlock for evolving the weapon, and there's another unlock getting a certain amount. What's with the weapon? and the weapon itself typically be unlocked by getting that certain number of kills. So we need to play. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to evolve it on this stage and then get the kills on the other stage on Backcountry. Alright. That'd be bad. Need to get like like 40,000 damage with this. Alright, whatever. We're not gonna do. Solve this with Gator. Actually, no. That much damage. Take you that country. I believe this is 40,000 damage. I might be mistaken here. Sure that it's number one. I hope that's. We have two. Yeah, so we're actually gonna skip that one. Actually, okay. We're not gonna do that one, which is not. Because we got 10,000 damage here. Which biggest issue is auto card just has like so much shit going on that the weapon itself, which kind of sucks, doesn't have a lot of opportunities to kill enemies, or to do damage, I should say. I did say killing it. It's doing a certain amount of damage. But also 10,000 is not a huge damage, so it should be fine. It's probably good. Eric Lacard. Alright, we actually have a secondary objective that we'll achieve with Eric. The secret that requires us to trigger his critical health effect, one that makes him invincible 3 times in one run, which Crystal Cries helps a lot with because it helps us get back to 4 HP extremely easily. That's one time. We also need to, the kind of damage we need to do is quite significant, so but also the weapon itself does a bunch of damage, so I think we should be fine by the time we're done. Fine. And we're done with triggering the times. A tiny bit. That's probably fine. That's only. Really need to start. Oh yeah. Let's go back to. Fuck. Tips for now. Any of Alright. So we have a secret. We want to do 80 million damage, 80,000 damage shield, which is a lot, but the Guardian Taj, I should say. Fuck the clock tower items, but it is a lot, but it's not like an outrageous large amount. Shield actually kind of does a shit ton of damage, and also want to unlock a secret. The secret we're going for requires us to evolve the birds or ignite the birds, and then also grab the Gemini Arcana. So the time it takes for us to do that, enough time to get 80,000 damage with the shield. grab the gem there. So now we just need to note these bits, and it should be the secret. Right, and we should. Alright, next up, get this to level 6, which is extremely quick. Or 7, or next up we need to a Tepis of her weapon. Here evolves Crown. Just stuff. Same thing with this guy. Right. Saint Germain. So Saint Germain kind of just like sucks. It's like he just has insanely high movement speed for some reason, and it doesn't help because his weapon is freaking awful. You can see, like, I literally just did not kill any enemies there because these things just do no damage. I'm gonna try that again. Going to up to the. I should have grabbed 5 of those. That's gonna make it a bit harder to level. Globus still died because. Okay, I'm gonna. To write like a proper route for this instead of just making it up as I go along every time I play. Take this. Do some damage, please. What the hell? I hate this fucking game, I swear to God. Actually hate this guy. Bus of always with term. Taken. That's incoming again. I'm not actually entirely sure what this guy's deal is. I think it's just his weapon sucks. Like it just does no damage. Especially as like a starting weapon. It's just not good. Alright. Let's see. We unlocked Elizabeth. Albus. Albus. Can we? Albus. Shot. 1,000 enemy. 1,000. Sure. Gonna defeat 2,000 enemies with Albus here. Unfortunately, we can't evolve this weapon because the weapon evolves with Chroma's mana, which does not appear on this stage because it's kind of introduced to the game much later. But 2,000 enemies is not a different amount of to kill. Right. 1,000 enemies. Kill 6,000 with. Actually, you know what? Shoulder. I have the thing. I have this weapon off of. Uh, I should have done that country. Christ. You know what? We're gonna. Oh. Need again. It's fine. Like, oh, 1,000 enemies. Let's see. Can we do else real quick? Actually, also. Ah, fuck, I forgot. This will be our first sort of run at that. Well, our second after Dracula, our second 25-minute run. We need to get 100,000 kills with Elizabeth Bartley. Won't be too difficult. But the main thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I actually pick up items that I can use to beat unlocks. They have an ad. Yeah, we'll take that. Grab the disc. Oh, actually, I wanted. fastest way to get to the cathedral is actually to head to the furthest point, but actually just go to the clock tower and then just clip through the wall. Alright, so we need to evolve the Refectio here. It evolves into the Sanctuary, which we use to unlock these secrets, two of which are like actually the same secret, but we don't talk about that. Should have grabbed the Dark Rip. Oh, fine. It's fine. That I will. Nope, that's not. Okay, fine, whatever. I didn't click on the thing properly. That's upsetting. Whatever, it should still be fine. Up the clover from this. Get all the chests that we need from killing bosses. They're actually killing a lot of enemies. We're at 57,000. We need to kill 100,000, so ideally we'd get all of the stuff that we need to do on this stage done before then, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen just because I accidentally picked the wrong Arcana, and now I can't evolve any weapons because I'm not getting any chests. But, wait, do you not? Can I drop a chest? Are you kidding me? It's absurd. Hopefully, things will get a bit easier. After I can actually evolve some stuff. Yeah, that's the evolved Velvet Shot, which I guess is one of the things I wanted. Yeah, this is not looking super duper ideal as a... Kill this guy while we're here. Alright, that's one of the ones we want. I borrowed. Okay. Actually don't care about that. So we're past 100,000 kills here, so now we're just strictly losing time. I think we should be able to get these. So we need to kill these two with the sanctuary. Should be happening shortly. Hopefully. There we go. We go over here. We're hoping we can... I'm hoping I can kill a certain number of these enemies with an item that I don't seem... Hopefully we'll just sit here for like another 2 or 3 minutes. Or another minute or two, I guess. Hope that we have killed enough. We haven't, then let's do it later. Alright, next up we want to... Next to 8. Let's see, what else is there? This way. Actually, while I'm here, this guy. I did forget that I was gonna do this, but ah, fuck, the locked it. I forgot about that. It's fine. Alright, him. So then, one more thing that we can do. I did not want to... Yeah, I want to get... I did not want to get trapped in that boss fight. That would be very annoying. Alright, now if we can evolve this real quick, that would be awesome. Gotta find a chest that I can actually access nearby. Evolve this, then I think we'll say that's good. Alright, sick. What else we got to do? Ah, I forgot to do that. That is really, really awkward. Yeah, I think we're actually just gonna go straight into our second. We haven't done that yet. Yeah, actually, yeah, we're gonna go first pick. Actually, yeah, we'll leave those. Ah, okay. Said I really. That. All right. Let's see. Morris. All right. So, our plan here is we need to kill the 25-minute boss, Malphus, and we have a secret to do that requires us to evolve 6 weapons from the coat of arms in one run. So the coat of arms weapons that I left sort of unlocked should theoretically shouldn't be too difficult. I actually do to grab the discus and pull it off the stage. There's a... Okay, ah, fuck, I didn't do that. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Actually, I'll go do that now with this character. Alright, this is the thing that I kept forgetting to do, but I kept meaning to do, but never do. I gotta kill this boss and pick up the thing that he drops. It'll take a while, but we need to last until at least 25 minutes anyway, so it's not a particular hurry to kill him. This is taking it like it too. Alright, there we go. Wood carving school. That summons the Master Librarian at any stage. Basically just lets us get really powerful, well, get decently powerful really quickly at the start of any stage, which we're going to be using a lot because of a lot of secrets that are just like kill a certain boss with a certain character. And if we don't need to do anything else with that character, we can just basically rush straight over to the boss and hope it kill it and then peace out. Hope it dies fast. Right, it's that dead. Now the next thing I really want I actually don't have any specific thing I need to do other than just evolve weapons. The rest of this, I don't think. Well, I need to... there's a couple of secrets I need to grab that involve killing a certain number of enemies with evolved discus. So I'm going to try and be evolving the discus, but... other than that, we're not a whole lot. Picked up Hidden Anathema there because we are like really struggling on damage at the moment, but this should hopefully make up for it a little bit once we get it ramped up. Especially if we get a we get another Arcana chest. We should be in pretty good shape. Alright, I need to pick up the mana, and I also need to pick up the Palm Aegis, which I apparently have not picked up yet. I thought I had. Little tragic, but... agent. Happy Coco, hello! hopefully you're having a nice day. Hopefully this game is not going to murder your stream bitrate too much. That's a bit of a tall order, but yeah, that should hopefully help a little. Yeah. I don't care about you, I don't care about you, I care about you, I do want you, I don't care about you. Over, sure. Care about you. Probably. It is very difficult. It's surprisingly easy when you just abuse all of the really powerful items in the game. But but thank you. It is. Why am I not evolving? Yeah, well, it's fine. We need to survive until 30 minutes anyway for the secret to properly work. So it's not too much of an issue that we're taking our time, but we do actually want to know that. We're going to go into this room and kill a million of these guys. You go into this sort of area of the map here, then these axe armors are the only enemies that spawn, and we need to kill a number of them with the this item here. I think that should be enough, and I think I also got enough of these guys earlier, but couldn't hurt to just kill a few more of them. Let's start. Let's see. Alright, gonna call it there. Hopefully that unlocked all the stuff that we need. Got Frozen Shade, Sniper, got Axe Armor, Miller, got Mouth. Okay. Stick. Actually, hang on. Got hammer. Okay, cool. So let's see. I think we're probably just going to work on a few now. So a Eritrantal. Actually, do want to evolve her here. Hang on. Important thing. I didn't. To kill a certain boss. Because that is what the is a secret for. Grab you. That's probably bad. It's fine. Okay. Good. Going. Okay. So we need to kill this guy, but I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to do it now. I also need to do a bunch of damage with a weapon, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. And we would like to evolve our weapon at it. Okay. Sick. Perfect. Alright. And we didn't get enough damage with the weapon that take her and go into that country again. I think ads are playing. Alright, we're back from ads. Yeah, we didn't do enough damage with the weapon to get the unlock that we needed, so we're just going in here. I think we should be close to done. Needed 70k damage, I think, 60k. Which I think probably keep going for a little bit. Make sure that I have enough. You need to get it all in one run. So if you don't do it, then you just essentially did nothing for the entire time. Okay, I think that'll be it. Yep. Okay. Cool. Oh, right, okay, I am going to take a very quick break. Here. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so as an explanation for what I'm actually doing here, you have an unlock that requires us to beat any stage using only fire weapons. The fastest stage to do this in is Boss Rush, but I don't currently have a way to do that consistently. So the next fastest would be any stage that finishes in 15 minutes. This is one of them. Stage here, the kind of gimmick is that the only enemies are these that spawn, so you're just completely safe as long as you don't move. So we're just gonna chill here for 15 minutes and count it as a bathroom break. So once we hit 15 minutes, we can get out. Very exciting gameplay here. This also gives me time to sort of sort out what I'm going to do next bit of the run. I think I'm actually going to... I don't have that much left to do. I'm going to do now all rocks, and then I'm going to do like a... I don't see that taking an hour enough. I've got to do death as well. Yeah, I think I might actually be underestimating this, which is surprising. I was not expecting that. Oh, whoops. I was not that on. Death. Shield. There you go. Should be bit about death. Death has a time limit, and let's get past 30 minutes. Get past 30 minutes, die, and at it. We get all 100,000 of our kills. It's 30. Which is easier said than done. Actually, try for any. If I have time towards the spot, try grab one or two. Enemy. One of the important things in sort of this game is moving around too much, sort of like across the map. It's extremely detrimental to any goals that you have. Basically, because enemies spawn on the edge of them, they also despawn if they go too far off screen. What happens if you go in the same direction is that enemies will spawn and then immediately. So if we move around too much, essentially it kills our ability to get a lot of kills. So for the time being, stay in as close to one place as possible. Hopefully get lucky with item drops. Sure. Very old. Get to 25 minutes. Guys that up. Starting to cut. Okay, that's that any better? But yeah, no, we are very much at risk of just not being able to. Okay, I think it's just a little bit too far from my mouth. But yeah, we are very much at risk of just not being able to get the cures that we need in time. I think this is looking alright. We're on pace for it, so I think we should be good. Alright, I think this should be. Oh, wow, we're actually doing really a lot better than expected to. I think I actually have enough freedom to go and grab a few things that I would not have grabbed. Yeah, since we hit level 80, we are now in crazy super megaloform death. Where the hell am I? I want to get this way. Wow, this is an insane pace at the moment. Alright, we hit 100,000 kills, we just got that secret, so that was actually a really good... Awesome. Okay, next up, we're gonna do... We're probably going to play John, Charlotte. Charlotte and John. Charlotte and John. Crystal Cries. Pick up a bunch of these. So Charlotte and Jonathan are one of the few sort of like hero units in this game, which sort of... I think they sort of mimic the like multiplayer sort of the way that local multiplayer works in this game, but I've never actually played the local multiplayer, so I'm not entirely sure. But go them. That was all we needed to do. Next up, we're gonna grab a boy Ronaldo. Essentially the same thing. Sure. Sword runs there probably. So for those who watched my all DLC run during Christmas, over Christmas, for a really, really long time. This section is where I already picked it up. This section is where the stream started breaking down, and it was kind of difficult for me to explain what was going on. But basically, the enemies out here on the roof are extremely difficult to kill. So I died. The general plan is we want to run out there, activate the boss circle, and then run back in. Yeah, it was an interesting experience, but yeah, the general plan is we want to run out there, activate the boss circle, and then run back in as quickly as possible, and then kill the boss sort of in this area here. What I'm actually going to do, try and... full health, okay. This should be fine. Probably. Okay, never mind. Maybe. Yeah. No, this is fine. So we're just gonna run over here to despawn all those really strong enemies, and we can kill him here without having to worry about enemies. Assuming I don't straight up die. Oh my god. I hate this thing. Yeah, we're going to... No turn randomly off. Hang on. I have all the frickin' things locked. That's might be why. Okay, hang on. I actually don't need. Actually, you know what? Alright, this should hopefully be a bit better now that I can actually level up weapons. Sick. Two. Okay, this should be a bit better. Okay, sick. This is looking way better. Guy. There it is. Alright. Took a bit longer than I would have liked, but out of there. Alright, 20 minutes with you. Come on. I also kind of want to. Gosh. 20 minutes in boss rush is actually something like 6 minutes. Well, no, so the first 15 minutes actually only takes 2.5 minutes. I think, theoretically, if I did the maths right. First 15, so... The first 10 minutes only take 5 minutes, and they're at 4 times speed, so it's actually... Yeah, so it's 2.5 minutes for the first 15 minutes. And then next 5 minutes is at like basically times 8 speed, so it's like 7-ish minutes, theoretically. Is it? Yeah, there we go. Ad breaks again, and whatever, it's fine. True. So if we just chill here for the next 2-ish minutes. She'll just auto advance to 20 minutes for us. And I think we're in a pretty good shape that we don't need to worry too much about trying to actually do things to kill enemies. Actually, I need to deal with this guy because he's dead. Alright, 20 minutes. I evolve the whip. Right, okay. More enemies, more bosses that we specific characters. Yes. Bro's dead. Sick. Evolve the Iron Shield. Where are you? Do the boss rush with you. Ad break in. Sure. No, I don't remember. Reasonably certain it's the I feel like it might actually be stupid count or something. Okay, it was not. Never remember Iron Shield. What was with the Palm Aegis? Oh, right. I forgot that that is a thing. Yeah, okay, fuck. Okay, so we're just gonna do damage first. Can evolve it. No, with a different character. It's a bit upsetting, but oh my god. Okay. Action. Bye. Still not. Random level up. Here we go. Okay. We need to do 70,000 damage with the shield, and the thing is the shield doesn't actually do a lot of damage, so we're not getting a lot of damage on the bats for them, so we actually kill like a very large number of them, in my experience. This isn't gonna work. God damn it. I got the Crystal Cries proc at the wrong time and get enough things to get back to full health. There we go. That should hopefully. So I'm gonna take it through till I get 7,000 kills. That should be enough. $61.6k damage. Kidding me? It was not enough. Yay. Yeah, I guess we'll just go through to... Going on hours. Okay, I think we'll probably do this estimate. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay, 6. So now actually any it ever again. Ever again. Actually we did some of those. That that yeah. So that so once. Okay, that should be. Grab that. Yeah, Cornell. So our main aim with Cornell here is to just get to 100,000 kills. Kind of don't really have anything else to do with them because I think I did too much with other characters. But that's fine, it just means we should be able to get... should theoretically be able to reach that reasonably fast. Oh, actually, I don't know if this... Whatever. We will figure it out. What is going on? I don't even know. Look, join the club, okay? We're standing here and a bunch of damage is happening, and that's good enough. Or whatever. So now I've basically just accomplished like everything I could possibly want, so we're just gonna... Yeah, we're surviving. Somehow we're only at 34,000 kills, which is really not as much as I would like to have, but we don't really have anything else that we need to do at the moment, so we're probably just gonna... chill here and go semi-AFK. Bitrate isn't surviving. Look, bitrate is a necessary casualty. You know what else isn't surviving? Civil rights! Which is why we've got this marathon going on. Donate to the ACLU! I don't know. You know what? Let's just go for the most visually interesting ones. Alright, our kills per minute are going up, has ticked up a bit, so we should be done shortly. Hopefully. Okay, I don't... 93, 94, 95, 96... 98, 99, and 100. Sick. Okay, that was a lot of stuff, but yeah, actually very close to being done with. Let's see. At Alright, so Barlow, we need to get 8,000 kills, so kill specific boss. Two. That was good. We also want to get up on. Guess we'll find. Yeah. The other thing we like to get a weapon to level 6, but we don't actually need that. Actually, because speed. Uh, Alright. Ah, friggin' I know what I was getting. Did I? I forgot to go and talk to this guy. To that, Alright, that should make things a lot easier. Sure. Now our plan is just hang out in this corridor, get enough speed level ups to clip through this wall. Need to kill the boss that is directly through there. Yeah, shoot. It's not gone. Level up. This game is just... There we go. Just not giving me the level ups I need. Ah, this is not the way I wanted to go. It's not the boss I wanted to kill. It's a little bit fun. This is the guy. Right. That should be 2, sick. Alright, let's see, who else do we want? Action. To play, where are you? No, that is actually not. Say what? Should not take very long at all. Get level up. Alright, that should be enough. But yep. Let's do. The secret that we're trying to do now requires us to kill this boss that spawns out of this circle here with the evolved, the union of the three dominus glyphs. So, thankfully, Megalo Dracula, who we unlocked by getting 100,000 kills on Dracula, actually has a starting weapon option of all of the glyphs, so we just unlocked that very quickly. No, just... Wait, is this the... Yeah, that is. Okay, cool. Right, we want to play as Julia Fortner. Hang on. Did I lock these? I did. Oh. Okay. Action. You. Alright, so these bit of brownish enemies here actually do just an insane amount of damage, so I really do not want to get killed by them. I really don't want to spend too much time moving through this area because they only spawn into these open areas. This area down here. The problem I was running into last time I did this run, and I finally figured out what the actual problem was. Right. Almost done. Let's see. Brana to unlock and all rocks. It. Okay, so one more 25-minute run. Which on it kind of doesn't matter what we do with it. That. All rocks can handle it. Man, that is. I should have removed more egregiously terrible items from the pool. I'm sure we can. Which one did? Sure. Are we surviving the vampires? We have survived every vampire that we've run into so far. Which is to say, all 0 of them. So, yes. Although we are playing as Olrox, who is a vampire. Yes, I think. My understanding of Castlevania lore is correct. And by my understanding of Castlevania, I mean if this is the same Olrox from Castlevania Nocturne anime. Is the DLC worth it? Yes. If you're a Castlevania fan, this DLC is like actually incredible. I've actually never played a Castlevania game before, and like I don't know why. I had a ton of fun with it. It's if you're a big Castlevania fan, you'll definitely enjoy this. There is just so much love for the Castlevania series in this DLC. It's completely insane. Right. Probably put that just to make it. Yes, it is also worth it if you're a Vampire Survivor fan. Like I said, I have actually never played a Castlevania game, and like I really enjoyed this. There's just a stupid amount of content, and like Vampire Survivors already is just absurd. But this DLC has like almost as much content in it as like all other DLC combined, and it's only like 50% more expensive than like any of the other DLC, except for the free one. Alright, so we're on about 2,500 kills per minute. Should ramp up once get some more. Get some more stats. I think we're in pretty good shape. I still... Fortunately, I accidentally picked an Arcana that I didn't want to take earlier, so I am in a... Our ramp kind of got cut short. I would have wanted to go for probably hit an Anathema. So after we're done here, we've only got one more secret we need. But then, we won't be quite done with the game. Actually, I think I need to run around, make sure that I've killed all the enemies that I need to kill. We won't be quite done on just yet. There is a little bit more that we need to do. Specifically, we need to make sure that we with the whole collection, and also that we've killed all the enemies, that we've gotten all the entries into this area. Should be a lot of damage here. Quite interesting. We should be good on the bestiary entries, but there are definitely grab from the collection. Shouldn't take too long. Hey, struggling at the moment. Oddly concerning. Hidden anathema. That should help. Hopefully. Be that far behind. I feel like. Okay, there we go. Mac. Up a lot. Visit a few areas of the map just to make sure that I have killed the enemies that spawn there. So, one time I was doing this and sure why not. There were enemies that there was one enemy in this area that I hadn't killed yet. I wasn't quite sure where it was, but I think we should be. Should probably check the bestiary now. Actually, that was 100,000 kills, but hey, bestiary 200. Two more to go. Okay, cool. So, last secret, which shouldn't very going to take take Queen Stigma all the way up here. Random level up, yep. Going to take Odd Astrodome. Oh wait, hang on. I'm sure we. We actually want it. Okay, no. We want to make sure that we got the attract orb as the as an option. The passive that increases the area of this. And then we need to stand over here and kill a bunch of these things. We need to make sure we're killing them specifically with the Odd Astronomia, so... Where are you going? Wait. We're only getting... these level ups. Why have I only got the freaking Clockland set and nothing else? It's like insane, what the hell? It's gotta be crazy unlikely. I didn't accidentally limit myself by going 2 weapons or something. There we go, okay. Alright, I think we'll go to like 10 minutes, because it's kind of just hard to tell how many specific enemies, so you kind of just need to make sure that we're safe with it. Yeah, the secrets. It was a very cool touch that they had stuff like that, where it's like defeat this enemy with this boss, because it was kind of because like when I was doing this casually, I obviously, like I said, I've never played a Castlevania game before, so I was sitting there with the Castlevania wiki opened in one tab and like the Vampire Survivors wiki open in the tab, and I'm here like just trying to like searching for the words for some of the phrases in the secrets. Alright, so that is all of the secrets, but we're not quite done. We have 5 more things to get from the collection. Which are actual, most of which are Gemini. Start with one. Set up. Unlock, we have all the secrets. Get the bestiary, so now we've just got. What have we got? That. This. That's. This. And then should be. Okay, so time is actually coming up. Time is up when I purchase the last character. Collection 301 out of 301, area 200 out of 200, unlocks 291 out of 291, it's 58 out of 58. So, and time. Alright, hopefully the timer synced up with the thing, because I am actually my own timer and I don't know what the delay is. But that was Vampire Survivors Ode to Castlevania 100%. I'm surprised I went as far underestimate as I did. I actually thought I was going to be overestimate by a significant amount, but there we go. Thank you everyone for watching. I do want to show this off. This is the character that we unlock for getting all of the other secrets. This is Chaos. It starts with every Arcana, except for Arcana 0, which is just very funny. You play the game, and he's just like completely overwrites the background of the stage. He has an insane amount of everything. Look at his stats. He starts with 65,000 rerolls, skips, and banishes. The only problem is he starts with minus 99% growth, but like that's actually not really an issue. It's very funny. But yes, thank you everyone for sticking with me for this. Thank you everyone for watching the marathon so far. Got a little bit more to go before the end of the marathon. But hopefully we can get through the rest of it with no issues, and everyone has a fun time doing it. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys later.